Welcome to the podcast, Al Foran.
Is that your big intro? Give me your flowers. Your name's Al Foran.
That's perfect.
I was focusing so hard on getting the name right because he keeps saying to me, I better not say Al Porter. I better not say Al Porter. You kept saying to me yesterday. And now when I'm talking, I'm like, fuck, I better not say it. I better not say it. And I was going to go through the whole spiel, social media, superstar. You might have noticed him from Sky Sports and blah, 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 blah. But I think your name introduces itself, doesn't it, these days?
I don't know, does it?
I think it does.
I like that. That's
That was
good.
good, wasn't it?
That was good.
No, yeah, it does. You know, to many, you know, I'm approached as the people I do impressions of. You know, I'm called their names, but yeah, it is nice to hear that. Look, I've been at this a long time. You know, as I said, 10 years doing this, 10 years on social media. I decided to give up my job. I was working in Tommy Hilfiger, and
Model.
Yeah. I was back in the day. No, merchandising and selling clothes and all that. Gift to the gab. I actually have a very funny story. Are you up in your GAA? Would you follow the GAA?
No, not at all. Don't even.
I know what county you're doing.
I don't care. I'm going to tell the story.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah,
because when I was working in Tommy Hilfiger, it was 2014. So it was the 2014 All-Ireland hurling final. And two gentlemen came into the shop the following day. I think Kilkenny, they won, but I think they beat Tipperary or something like that. And they were on that run under Brian Cody, who's like the Sir Alex Ferguson of hurling. So they won the All-Ireland, and I wouldn't know the hurlers. I wouldn't know their faces or names.
And me, I don't know them.
Yeah, but we you know, we're aware now, like in the modern day, that Limerick are the team now. They're the A team when it comes to hurling. But back then it was Kilkenny. They were winning every year. And two lads came into the shop. One younger lad, I'd say he was about 18, 19. He was wearing a Kilkenny jersey. The other lad, he looked very kind of sharp. He looked well dressed, but very serious. And I remember approaching him, because when you're working in a clothes shop, you have to approach the customers to see if you need any sizes or anything like that, or if the certain, you know, the fits of the t-shirts aren't to their whatever,
to their liking.
Yeah. And I remember this guy was looking for an outfit. So I'm looking for an outfit. I have a thing tonight. So, you know, I picked him out a fleece like this, a polo shirt, pair of jeans. He even got a pair of shoes. So we had this thing called the Hilfiger Club. And when you signed up to it, you got 10% off.
Right. So like membership
on your next purchase. But I was kind enough with him, and I gave it to him on the spot.
I knew you were that type of guy.
Yeah,
I knew you were that type of guy.
Yeah, but no, because initially when I did approach him, he was quite nice.
So
I gave
him his 10% off. Now.
So I gave him his 10% off, and then I said to his mate, who was wearing the Kilkenny jersey, I said, Jesus, yous are like Barcelona. Would you ever stop winning? Would you give the other counties a chance? And I swear to God, both lads, their faces dropped. They were as curt with me. Your man reefed the bag out of my hands when I gave it to him. Walked off. Didn't say thank you. I thought, you cheeky bastard.
What?
That's the fucking culture for you, isn't it?
Was that? Was it a player?
He just wasn't happy. He just
that's
wasn't
mad,
happy.
Isn't it? Do you reckon that's just the competitive?
They just took it seriously.
That
the
is
competitive mindset, like that.
But then again, right? So it's whatever, because I didn't know who this person was. I did, as I said, I didn't know the names.
Was a player?
So.
Who was
I'm
it?
home, stick on RTE, and there's second captains. And can we please welcome onto the stage Kilkenny winning captain, Richie Hogan. And there he is in the Tommy Hilfiger fleece. Fucking cheap. The t-shirt.
Fuck's sake.
10% off. He might have had a bad day. Richie, hello, Richie. Kieran Whelan came in a few weeks later. And Kieran used to play for Dublin in the late 90s and the early 2000s. Legend. And I remember telling him the story, and he goes, "Jeez, fuck it, those fuckers are born with hurls in their cots. They take it that serious.
Their life,
it's their life, you know." But I found it was a funny story.
That is hilarious. But in fairness, he probably didn't want to be recognised. He wears the fucking jersey in the shop. Like, what the?
Well, not him. No, not him. The mate was.
Oh, sorry.
I put the mate was wearing the jersey.
Oh, he was the sharp guy.
Yeah, he was the younger lad.
Good. Yeah, pretty good.
That's probably just that competitive mindset. Well, you probably know this more than everyone because you're obviously interviewing boxers. They're probably the most competitive when it comes to that and poking them. How would you find that?
They are competitive, but there's also there's a massive humble background to boxers. You know, but a lot of boxers come from working class areas, which is why I have a great connection with them, and many people do. Because there's no egos. You come across boxers, there's no egos about them whatsoever. Because essentially they're being reared by they're being reared by their parents in their household. Yeah. And you could also say the gym that they're in is another household where they're being reared.
And they're all the same.
Where they're being taught to be humble, you know, provide manners. You know, it is like their trainers are an integral part of their lives. Yeah. You know, and I see it with boxers. Which is why they're very approachable, very easy to interview.
That's mad. I would have thought it was the opposite.
Yes, I would have.
Sometimes footballers are very sheltered, like especially Premier League footballers.
Really? I would have guessed that.
They live in their
Which one?
All of them.
Sorry about that.
But all of them live in their own bubble.
Yeah. Premier
League football. That's the problem with them. They all live in, and this is in the last say 10 years, because they're getting brand deals left, right, and centre. Yeah. You know, we had just shout out to Iconic Promotions, which is the events company that I've been working with the last few years. We've had Harry Redknapp, we've had Andy Cole, and most recently we had Graham Souness over.
Oh, unreal.
I've seen the video that you done with him, yeah.
And so, who are you, United or Liverpool?
Liverpool, I was fucking, man, I was dying.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Right.
Well, as soon as I'm talking about Liverpool, you said about the players. You said these players. It's an absolute disgrace.
I'm just going to close my eyes and listening.
Imagine Harry Redknapp.
So even the players at Bournemouth, Wolves, they're off driving Ferraris. I mean, back in the day, you know, they'd be in a Ford Escort. That'd be the best that they could afford.
Paul Pogba.
I don't want to talk about Paul Pogba, but that guy's a problem.
But Souness was describing said the players, even in the lower leagues, like, you know, League Two, they're living in the bubble as well.
The bubble as well. And what about David Beckham? Would he be living in the bubble, do you reckon?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I've lived in a bubble for a long time. But I've remained humble. You know, I came in when, you know, the lads with, you know, the drinking culture was in football, so the mix of that.
Well, I'm actually even more attracted to him now. He's an attractive bloke, but David Beckham was.
But it is the big problem with footballers. That's why I just think there's something about boxers. Obviously, I've toured with Tyson Fury in the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, I can brag here and I can say that I beat Tyson Fury 3 times in a row in FIFA.
Nice.
Tyson Fury in the tour bus.
Is he good though? Because he's big old hands in the
He said to me, he said, "You are lucky. I've never seen so much luck in my life."
I said, Tyson, I said, I'm 2-0 up here. I think I was Chelsea, he was Man United. So I'm 2-0 up here. This is like 3-0 now. This is the third game.
Absolute luck. That's all it is. 100%. Me controller's glitching. Big problem.
This is not surreal. Sorry, I have to just stop for a second.
I don't think I'm prepared for this.
It's surreal. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. I enjoy every podcast, but I'm really enjoying this.
No, this is mad. Mad. Will we start now?
But working with him, getting to know him on a human level, he's top class.
Yeah.
He really is. And a brilliant conversationalist. You can have a fantastic conversation about anything with him. Deep conversations. And my God, he has a broad interest in music. I've never seen someone.
Really, yeah.
Oh my God. He loves all the folk rebel songs from Ireland. He loves like old classic rock from the 70s, 80s. And then, like, 1 minute he'll be playing fucking Travis Scott. 5 minutes later, he just has a broad, which is why I think he has such an eclectic taste in music when it comes to his entrances.
Yeah,
you know, he picks some of the most kind of obscure songs, but it works for him. But he's a character. He really is a character, and you know, getting to know him. Getting to know his dad, John.
Yeah, that's
And like I've never seen this side of, you know, the angry side to John Fury. I've seen the soft side to him because I had great crack with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen the video of us on the private jet. Have you seen that video?
I don't think so. I seen one today. I wasn't on a private jet though, unless it was a really.
We were
really
on a
big
private jet because the first tour that we did was in late 2021.
Right.
So we did 8 dates across the UK, and the 7th date was in London, and we finished up there, and I think the Dillian White fight had just been announced. Frank Warren was there and all, and
When you say doing your own dates, is this
these are the dates for the Tyson Fury tour.
Okay, and you went with them.
So the idea of the whole show is this was just after he beat Wilder in the 3rd fight.
Right.
So they had a homecoming show in the UK. And these were a couple of days before Christmas. Everyone's in a jovial mood. They're all buzzing, you know.
Class.
The heavyweight champion of the world has come home, and he's going to 8 different cities across the UK.
Right.
And so basically the format of the show was you'd have a guy called Brian Hooshby, who's the MC, who's absolutely brilliant. He's a good friend of mine. He's mad as a hatter, which is good. It suits kind of the format of the show.
Yeah, with that,
he's unbelievable at auctions. He has like proper, I've never seen energy like it. So Brian is the MC, and then I'm on at the start. So I do 20, 25 minutes, and I'm sitting there with Brian, and I provide him a script every night, and he has a list of the characters and questions attached, and that's our little gig.
You just go back and forward.
And then next up is John. John's on for about 40 minutes, and then I think
doing stand up.
No,
just
don't do that. I'll stand up and ring this table.
I've actually seen that.
I'm in a fancy studio.
He actually screwed me. I'm not attracted to you anymore.
What are you laughing at, cob? Call on the fucking cob. What are you laughing at?
I'm actually scared. I thought that was.
I seen the fire in his eyes.
So in between John and Tyson, there's the auction, and then Tyson comes on, and he's the main event. So we did that. We've been doing that format for years,
right?
And it works like a charm. And it's Gold Star Promotions who do the shows, which is run by Tyson's manager Spencer. And Spencer's heavily involved now in the Saudi boxing shows. He's actually the matchmaker for a lot of the shows.
Really,
yeah.
So
is Tim and Wardy, James Ward is his number 2, and he does the running of the night. So it's so well set up.
Sounds like you
can tell why the events company that I'm involved with, they kind of brought me on to do the running of the night because I've learned from doing those shows in the UK. But anyway, we did all those shows. They were amazing. So London was the second last night. The last show was in Glasgow. So we couldn't drive up. So we all had to get on a private jet.
Oh God, you poor fuckers.
Oh yeah.
We couldn't drive.
No. Me, Tyson's security guard, Brendan, who's about 6'6".
Yeah, he's
280. I'm a big fella.
280.
Spencer, Tyson's manager, is a big enough fella. Tyson's dad, John, Tyson himself. You're talking about 1,500 pounds on a little plane.
Oh yeah, it's not a private jet. It's a small.
No, just drove on the motorway all the way there.
No, and John was having none of it.
No.
We were brought out gourmet sandwiches. Get those sandwiches away from me! I can't do it. He was about to walk off the plane and drive up. We had to get him back on.
What the fuck?
And Spencer, Tyson's manager, he's not the best flyer.
Yeah.
He's not good at flying whatsoever.
Right.
I think he's improved though in the last few years. He just laughed through it. He couldn't. He was in like the baggage area. He was sitting and he was Spencer's fuck yeah. And I'm sitting here, John's right there in front of me. He says we'd be dust on the ground. We'd be dust on the ground, we'd be like Buddy Holly. We'd be like Buddy Holly, we'd be like Leonard Skinner, like he was talking about all these famous rock stars that were in playing. Tyson's just sitting there on his phone. But takeoff was bad.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we were in the air, John just fucking realised how mental it was, and we could not stop laughing.
That's fucking
We were in stitches. If I could get I don't want to do it. I won't be killing time.
No.
Because
Take your time.
It's so
When you're with them,
if you want to break around, take breakers.
yeah, you can, yeah.
I don't know, because just to give you a better understanding
Yeah.
of this, like.
By the way, how mad is it being on a private jet with Tyson
That's
Fury?
what I'm gonna say,
That
like-
is fucking.
When you're with them, I know I've heard you say in the past they're very, what's the word you would use? Like they're happy for you to do the impressions.
Yeah,
they're real
they're very
supportive of it.
relaxed.
Would you feel like slipping into that when you're with them by mistake? You know,
No,
you're
not
hearing
really.
them.
No, Tyson always asks me to do. He loves the Pacino and he loves Trump.
Class.
He loves all of the kind of the mafia ones, the gangster ones. Here, this is it here. So you get this is me in the back. This is me laughing. There's John. So we haven't got the clip of the freak out. Oh no,
I love the idea of Tyson Fury and John Fury sitting on a private jet with Al Foran in the corner making them do Al Pacino. Like, don't do anything else. Keep doing it.
we've got the buffer.
Holy Jesus. For people listening, it's like a shoebox.
Yeah.
The two lads can't fit in it. Like,
That's what happens when you fucking being cheap.
that's fucking mad. That is fucking.
And this is it. There's Spencer. There's Spencer. And there's John. So this is after John's had a bit of a freak out, but John.
Is it scary when he goes off? Like,
Like,
He was fine now. So just a funny old clip.
Man,
Yeah.
that is
deadly. That's
is
some memory like to have. Like,
It's for me one of the funniest one of the funniest moments, funniest days in my life.
That is-
Because we could not, when we got to Glasgow, it was the final show, so we were all buzzing and close to Christmas. And like so that was 2021, so shows were starting back up again. Premier League matches were full, concerts were happening again. Things were, normality was coming back.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of a buzz in the air
Class.
post-COVID. And that was just,
that's unreal.
Man,
was great.
that's fucking there. Like, that's mad. I couldn't even imagine that. Like, that's something. Like, imagine someone saying doing that. Like,
Do you ever say that? Obviously, like, you're big yourself, like, but like that's mad that you're with the Furies there, like, and they're
Like-
taking it under their arm.
well, I'm big
Yeah,
and they're bigger, literally, on that plane. So you can imagine the weight on that plane.
that is so funny, man. And 8
no,
years,
I mean big.
No,
as in-
figuratively,
Yeah.
I know.
God, I'd be
8
proud.
years before you were.
I would have been proud going home now.
I was giving Richie Hogan 10% off and Tommy Hill.
yeah, and then like 8 years later, you're with fucking Tyson Fury on a private jet. Like, that's fucking mad.
mad.
Did you ever think you'd be happy to get to Glasgow? The only people ever. Yes.
we were chuffed, to be honest with you.
And come here, get into that tour. How did that come about?
So I had done a couple of those shows
Yeah.
a few years prior, pre-COVID. So Tyson did a good few of them after the first Wilder fight in 2018, where he sat up in the
Greatest.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Undertaker, like.
the Undertaker.
Yeah,
He should have won that fight, by the way.
yeah.
It wasn't a draw. So yeah, he did a couple of those shows, and then obviously COVID hit and put a stop to a lot of things. He had his fight against Wilder in February, but there was probably a plan for them to do shows after that, but
Yeah.
it fell through. But I've done shows with Gold Star, like with the likes of Eubank. I've done a Floyd Mayweather show. Did the Mike Tyson one in the Helix.
Oh.
That's an interesting
We
story.
remember that one when that happened.
What year would that have been?
That was 2018.
I vaguely remember when he came.
This was mad. It's just, I went there with my cousin, and my cousin's a big boxing fan and a huge Mike Tyson fan, and we arrived early enough, and we were told to go to a certain dressing room, and I walked into the dressing room and it had a bar in it. It had like all fucking sweets and everything,
nice one.
Haribos and Tato crisps and Pringles and
Shit.
Pepsis. Like the whole shit. I think, Jesus, I'm just a comedian. I don't need this. This is too much. So myself and my cousin are in there, and we're
helping yourselves.
Bring them away.
He was enjoying it a lot, I could say, because I suppose when you have a gig, you gig, do you eat before?
No,
I can't eat.
Religiously can't. Like 4 hours before I can't.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, and I can't. I might have had a little nibble here and there. I might have had a can of Coke. That was all I had. My cousin, he was having a field day. And Spencer came in, the promoter, Tyson's manager, who does all these shows. And Spencer was just relaxed there talking to me. And then about 5 minutes later, we get on the door. And then it's like this guard of honour forms with these like 3 fucking massive security guards on each side.
Yeah.
And in walks Mike Tyson.
Shit.
To his dressing room.
Oh, was it?
Empty packets of crisps and Haribos everywhere.
Holy shit.
Half empty cans of Coke and water.
What did he say?
The first thing he said, because Spencer was behind the bar talking to me, and he walked up to Spencer and, Spencer, I never knew you became a barman. But go back to that. When he walked in, he gave me and my cousin that Mike Tyson fucking ring walk dead stare.
Did he? Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Like,
That
this is my territory. Like,
I've never seen someone so blocky, so wide, because he's small for he's small for a heavyweight.
Yeah.
But just how wide he was when he walked in, it was unbelievable.
Was that the first time you've seen him?
That was the first time I've seen him. I've met him a few times before, and it's been tense.
yeah.
It's been tense. I met him in Riyadh last year. Actually, I'll get to that later on, but I met him in Riyadh, and I got but yeah.
And was the neck as big as everyone says? You always hear how big is it?
The neck.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you notice, the neck, and just the overall, the width of him, and how
He has a thing for necks, though. That's what he wants to use it. Look, he's a thing for necks.
here. I want to see a large Kurt Angle, the rest of his neck. Did you ever see his neck?
Yeah, man.
And he's like small enough.
And it's because it's been
He's
broke,
wrestler.
like.
Yeah, but it's been broke. Yeah,
How many times, like?
so many times.
Oh, you've met him and stuff, have you?
I met him. Yeah,
And you were
yeah.
a wrestling
I paid to see him.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I paid to see.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went to Liberty Hall and I paid to see him.
Oh, unreal, man.
Myself
Are you
and
a big wrestling fan?
I would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll take over here. I'll take over. We paused this.
There's a lot to talk about. Yeah, I would be. Yeah.
Who's your favourite wrestler impression?
Oh, like I do. Obviously, I do Austin. You know, when you're done like Stone Cold Steve Austin, you gotta talk like that. Hell, I'll see you down the road. I'll do the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast.
And hold
voice.
me can just in case he goes wild.
Give me a hell. Yeah.
But I love the obscure ones. Like a lot of people do Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
You know, when you're talking like Jesse Ventura, you have to
I don't know who that
do
is.
the Minnesota accent, and you have to talk. You know, when I was in the WWE in the '80s, Hulk Hogan ratted me out because I wanted to form a union. Of course, when you're doing Bret Hart, you got to do the Calgary accent.
Oh, yeah, class.
Sean, me and Sean never got along.
That's
There's a few of that, you know. I've been to WrestleMania twice.
Oh, have you? Oh, shit.
I paid.
Yeah, really? Yeah, that's fair. What ones?
I went to WrestleMania in New Orleans in 2018.
2018.
Wasn't the best.
Was that
one.
outdoors?
Indoors.
Oh,
it was in the Superdome.
Right. I'd say that's better indoors than
No,
outdoors.
it's but it opens, doesn't it? Does that not open?
That opens up, I believe.
Yeah.
That's where the New Orleans Saints play.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was closed for that.
But then I went to 39 in 2023.
Cody's first return, was it?
LA. That stadium.
Wait, is that Cody's return or was that Cody Roman won?
Yeah, Cody Roman won.
Oh, unreal.
That stadium. Oh my God.
Is that the one with the screen on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
SoFi
unbelievable.
Stadium.
Yeah.
It's actually it's Stan Kroenke who owns Arsenal.
Oh, here
He owns that stadium.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, shit, man.
they're trying to get one of them in the new Old Trafford.
Yeah,
the one in
I
Old
think
Trafford.
that's the idea they're going to go for.
Yeah.
They're going to go for like an Oculus thing. That's what they call it. Like I don't know what it.
I don't know what it. Yeah,
What
it's
is
like,
the screen?
It's
What
like a
is-
screen, but it goes right the way around.
Right the way around. It's
The
unbelievable.
whole top of the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's
So wherever you are, you can
80,000
see.
80,000 seater stadium.
Jesus.
Then a month
Mental.
later, I went to Old Trafford with my father-in-law to see United's last home game of the season. And I thought, oh my God,
This is awful compared to.
like, and this famous stadium where so many memories were, but like comparing it to these new modern stadiums, it's sad. Like,
yeah,
it's sad.
America is just well ahead with their stadiums. Do you see the ones?
Well, even look at Spurs Stadium.
Spurs,
unbelievable.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the state of the art. That's the blueprint, I think, now going forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We see the one last night. So they started Netflix. Did you see that? It was the debut on Netflix.
Yeah, it's the Clippers Stadium.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they didn't opt for the Staples Center. So that's right beside the SoFi. That's called the Intuit Dome.
Okay.
And it's in close proximity. SoFi Stadium's here, and this new Intuit Dome is there where the LA Clippers play. But the Kia Forum, the old Los Angeles Forum, is right ahead of it. It's all, they're like
that close?
Yeah, they're that
Jesus,
close.
man.
And the Forum was where the Lakers used to play.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the 80s, I don't know if you follow your basketball, but
Not
the
really.
likes of the Magic Johnson,
Yeah, no, them.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they all played in that famous arena.
That's mad, and it's right there. That new stadium they were saying, so,
Unbelievable.
Like, Cody does the big roar in his entrance, like
Yeah.
you've seen that, have you?
Vaguely.
In the
I
song-
recognise if I've seen it.
In the song, basically, there's a big whoa, right? But he was saying in an interview in this new stadium now for last night's episode, the technology is so crazy, so everyone screams it. But he was saying in an interview, do you know Bear Kreischer and Tom Segura?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on their podcast, and he said, this was before it, but he said there's potentially they could get, whatever way the technology is in each seat, they can get the highest decimals from the one individual person.
Oh, really?
That's how high the technology is in that
That's
stadium.
nuts, isn't it?
So,
So it will obviously, something, whatever's on your seat, it can pick up, and whatever was, they can tell who did it.
Hey,
Hey, oi, hey, oi.
I was going to ask you about yourself and AI. Like, what do you reckon?
Scary, isn't it?
How will that work with the impressions? Obviously, you're a lot more than just doing
I don't know,
impressions, but
a good friend of mine, PJ Hart, who runs the Bumblebee 1000, which I've been involved in the last few years, he always rings me. He goes, I tell you must be worried. PJ's from Roscommon, Galway. You must be worried about the AI now. But I'll tell you, you're laughing at the you don't even know, Pete.
what's the Bumblebee 1000?
The Bumblebee 1000 is a supercar run every summer. And it's all in aid of Little Blue Heroes, which is a charity for very sick children. It's a Garda Síochána sponsored charity. And basically 100 cars going from town to town. There's crowds to see these cars, like Lamborghinis, Ferraris,
seen this last year.
Maseratis, Aston Martin. It starts from Barberstown Castle every year, which is not too far from... Oh, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, Cork. We're down in Cork. That's where everyone...
Not unless you're in Cork. It's all right.
Thanks for dropping in, Roy.
quick, man. That is fucking
I'd have to
crazy.
say filler words and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. So it's every summer. It's a weekend. It's unbelievable. We had the finish line 2022 Merrion Square, and then the finish line in 2023 was down in what's that shopping centre in Cork?
The one
Man
that's around the
Point.
corner.
Man
yeah.
Point. And then when I thought it was a good finish.
Sorry,
Now.
coughing it right.
Did you cough in me eye? Big tornado cough come out of your mouth there, man. Me contacts have to fall now. Sorry, what were you saying?
Sorry, I just... When I laugh or cough, man, don't know what's
Is that
going
your
on.
actual laugh?
It
sounded like Joe Pesci a little bit.
And it was the Kinnegad. Have you ever been to the Kinnegad Plaza?
Yeah,
It's big.
yeah.
That was the finish line in 2024.
Yeah.
And we had, like, Pat McDonough's been a big supporter of it, Mr. Supermax himself. We had Joe Duffy there.
That's Kinnigan's beside my guy.
He lives beside Kinnegad.
Yeah.
Enfield I live in, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely, near Johnstown Estate.
Yeah, close
I got
enough,
married
yeah.
there.
Did you?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, man.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, I got married there in 2022.
Nice hotel.
It's a lovely hotel, yeah.
Yeah.
Gym is a bit shite now, but
No.
we'll get around
I'm
to
a fan
that.
of it myself. Wait, you know what's mad?
What's he laughing so
See the way. See, you know what's mad? He said I got married there, and I nearly said we had a meeting at the Brothers Communion after that. There, it's after us, was it? Sorry, your wedding's more important. Go on.
I once had lunch there actually as well after the gym.
What the hell were we talking about? We were talking about wrestling. We
We were asking about AI.
you're talking-
'cause your friend was
Yeah,
saying to you.
it's concerning. I wouldn't be a fan of the deep fake thing. Me personally, other impressionists do it. A really good friend of mine, Schaefer Bates,
Is that as you put the filters on your face and do it? Okay, right.
he does it, and he's mastered the craft of it. It's become his thing.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a fan of it because I've done it before. I did a series called Deepfake Neighbor Wars, and I look back at it and I like what I saw, but it's just something I couldn't do continuously.
Yeah.
But Schaefer, just to give him his flowers, like he's one of the best in the world. He's one of my really, really good friends, and we've worked together before. He used to do all the Game of Thrones impressions.
Okay.
And he is the top of the mountain Gordon Ramsay impressionist as well.
Have you seen Kill Tony?
Yeah.
You know your man Adam Ray that's been on that as Dr. Phil, and he does Biden as well.
And then obviously you've what's his name, Shane
Gillis as Trump.
Gillis as Trump.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing something like that? Like live?
Yeah, see, I kind of do like that. I like, because it takes away the mannerisms that you've worked on to perfect that impression.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and Schaefer himself, also, he can kind of master those mannerisms as well. But he does the deep fake thing, and it's become a little thing. It's become a series. He does Keir Starmer, he does Trump, he does Gordon Ramsay, and it's very good.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of other impressionists are doing it, and you know, it is the future. But AI with regards to the voice, well,
what you can do.
There's nothing we can do there, you know.
You'll never beat live. I think everyone always says that, even with comedy. Like I don't think it'll replace the live atmosphere. Like you'd have that. You probably know that yourself already.
I love doing it live.
Yeah.
I really do like doing it live.
We seen him live. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
Where was it?
Where's this?
We went to the fucking Gary Neville yoke.
The overlap.
Yeah.
So I rang Connor and spoke to him, and I fucking he was like, fucking go for it, Al, go for it.
So he didn't ring you and say I can't make it. Like someone else rang you and said, can you come?
Yeah, but I spoke to Connor, like I spoke to him about it, and he was all good, because Connor then did Manchester. That clip, there's that clip of him doing Roy in front of Roy. You know what I mean? So it all worked out for
class.
But it was an unbelievable night,
man. Crazy.
I was actually doing a gig. I had a gig on that night, which was 10 minutes down the road from the Tree Arena with the Irish squad. Just a few days.
No pressure.
This is a few days before the French game as well.
Right.
In the Aviva. So I had to finish. The Irish gig was after the overlap. I did the overlap, and then I had to go down to
the Irish one.
Oh, so you couldn't wait around until? Oh, no way, man.
I spoke to Keane and I spoke to Neville. I've worked with Gary Neville a bit in the past.
Yeah.
Carragher I worked with in Dubai during the World Cup when McGettigan's had the fan zone. So they're sound lads. Keane was lovely.
Was he?
Yeah. Keane, he's mellowed like.
Yeah.
You know.
He comes across that. Do you know what? In the Overlap YouTube show, do you know when on Sky Sports he's angry and that's the whole thing? But if you look at him on the YouTube show,
he's a grandfather. Do you know what I mean? That'll mellow anyone.
He plays into it as well, though. Like, he does really well as well. Like, he doesn't overdo it, but
yeah, he does. He's still as stubborn. You know what I mean? You look at him and Ferguson still not speaking to each other.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's a mad.
You know,
that's what I was gonna say later on when they were on football on Sunday. Obviously, Liverpool United. I knew
that would have been 2 weeks ago by the time this comes out.
Yeah. And I knew you were coming in as well, so I was like, come on, beat these pricks.
They were good, weren't they? They were impressive.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe we went toe to toe with us. I think it was Amarim's first week in charge, where he had a week to train them. A full week's training. I suppose Bruno and Ugarte coming back into the team helped massively. Ugarte, in particular, I thought he was fantastic. He provided that bit of security and energy in the midfield that Casemiro and Eriksen couldn't against Newcastle.
That was a mad one starting. That was against Newcastle as well.
Right, and Minu came on and he had a great game.
Yeah. And there has to be, even like one of the youngsters has to do more running than one of those. Like, obviously experience. But
I wasn't expecting you to destroy us before the
game.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew he was dying to say that.
I wasn't expecting us to destroy Liverpool before. For Liverpool to destroy us before the game. I was expecting Liverpool to maybe win 2-0, 2-1.
Okay, yeah.
Because I thought United were going to attempt to just shut up shop like they did the season prior.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe the first half. I thought, oh fuck. Maybe these lot are here for the take, and you know.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. I was having them. I hate him, but I was having like Bruno back Big
And
difference.
playing well as well.
And Bruno playing well.
Yeah.
That's a
That's a
ground where
different
he
ball
does
game,
not
like.
play well.
No,
Yeah.
no. He doesn't show for the big games. But,
Yeah.
he's
I didn't even. I wasn't. I was
No,
seeing
he
it,
doesn't.
like,
He doesn't.
We stopped watching games together because we went out for the 5. Was it 5-1
Yeah, and then
in the wool shed, and then we went out again for the 7-0. So I said I'm not going out and watch.
You won't watch it with me anymore.
And even that 7-0 game, we're not getting into it. Well, it was 0-0 up until the last few minutes of the first
I
half.
had to watch a Liverpool United game at the start of the season with 2 Liverpool fans. We won't get into that.
Have you done any work with United or any sort of? Would you like to? Obviously, you'd love to do that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I've done work with the club before. I've done work. A lot of work I do is with hotel football as well.
Yeah. That's
I've done
Gary
a lot of
owns that,
gigs.
does he? Gary, your first name and all.
I did a gig with the minus David Beckham. I did a gig with the class in '92.
Really?
Yeah, that was 2018. Scholes, Giggs, Phil Neville, Gary Neville, Nicky Butt. Unbelievable.
That's nuts. Isn't
I had
it?
Scholes, Paul Scholes, who was my footballing idol. I like how I wanted to play. I was shite, but I'd always
You
wanted
wanted to
base,
be like him, yeah.
yeah, I'd always base my game off being like Paul Scholes,
Yeah,
spraying passes left, right, and centre, attempting to do it anyway.
Boy,
And Paul
nails.
Scholes come up to me.
I knew there was something about you.
he's gone out now. The wrestling now and every Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? We were pals, and now he's soured it.
It's usually me that does that, so I wouldn't
Should have been
have
scrambling for a fucking type of cola. You should have got Freeway.
surprised.
Did you ever see those Freeway cola ads as well? I think they're the little brand.
Yeah.
And they try and like do that kind of gimmick where you get a nice fucking cold glass with ice at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you think it's like Coke, instead it's Freeway Cola. I'm saying that, do you know what I mean? But it's Freeway Cola nice.
Oh, I've never had it.
I don't know,
Well,
I've
they
never
want
had
to
it.
sponsor any of us out, you know.
What the fuck were we talking about, by the way? What?
You were saying Paul Scholes, you met him and he's your hero.
He came up to me and was telling me how much he loved the Tyson Fury.
Oh, really?
The impressions and all that. Like he's been watching my...
That's unreal.
This is your idol. Like,
That for me was wild.
Get away from me.
that is insane. Even
mad.
obviously that's your obviously, as you said, you wanted to be like him, but even them players meet.
Well, no, I wanted to be like him for 45 minutes in the day, you know, when I was playing football with my mates,
fair.
playing Astro.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't going to make it as a footballer.
Yeah. But that's just insane, like meeting everyone like that.
Crazy.
Even they're saying like I walk, like if you're a United fan, yeah, I've walked with them. Like that is.
Yeah, I've done work for them. The biggest bit of work I did for the club was in April 2022. This is another mad story. So, it was a night for Wilf McGuinness, who was one of the 68 winning. He was in the 68 winning team, and he was one of the Busby Babes, Wilf McGuinness, and it was a tribute night for him. He was supposed to attend, and he couldn't because he was very ill.
Yeah.
So in his stead came Sir Alex Ferguson.
Jeez.
Not a bad replacement, is it?
Christ,
And I didn't
man.
know about it. I
That's
only seen
mad.
it when I arrived. And I remember sitting up at the top table beside David Gill and Fergie.
Fucking hell, man.
Talking about Barthez.
That's mad.
Having a few glasses of his.
Do you feel silly saying that, talking to them, like? Because like they
I just had to talk to him about something football related, and I think it was something. There was a topic of goalkeepers we were talking about. I think we were talking about how goalkeepers have evolved.
Yeah.
I was talking to David Gill and Ferguson about that. How they've evolved as players, how they're they're playmakers.
I know from the back.
Playing with their feet.
Yeah.
Playing with their feet.
Like Paul
Are
Scholes.
they like are they shot stoppers anymore? And he referenced Barthez.
Yeah.
I said that fucking lunatic. Barthez. He said it to David Gill. Pre-season. He's begging me. They're about 4-0 up against this team. We're in Australia. I fucking begging, please put me a front. Put me in front. Put me in front. I put him in front. Right, and you'd swear when he's on the ball, he's receiving the ball at the goal. He's got a good right foot. I put him in front, 2 fucking left feet. Remember? I said fucking great. I said a lunatic, that boy. As he said, he's a lunatic.
That is fucking deadly. Would you do that impression in front of him, or would there be people?
Yeah, I did do it in front of him.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh, I shit myself.
Would you ask him first, or what way do you approach that?
No, I just had to do it.
You just do it. Did someone else egg you on to do it?
I said, there's plenty of good hair dryers now on sale. Fantastic. Brilliant.
That is. Did you hear him say that story there and then?
Yeah, no, that was what before I went on. Before, yeah.
Oh, that's what
I was talking to
so
David Gill. Like I was talking to him about all of the, what was the most, I suppose, stressful transfer that he ever. The club in Berbatov was the one, because that was a last minute kind of deal that was over the line. It was 30.75 million pounds.
Yeah.
And last minute.
He was a lovely man, David Gill.
Was he?
Yeah.
And see when
a competent man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Compared to
competent.
The shite that
I don't know what you mean there.
Competent.
No, I'm gonna I'm smart. Yeah.
Talking about
Willis. We'll do it with you. We talk about Willis.
You're a comedian. What kind of action is that, Cobb?
Oh man. Do you know what? While we're on it, can we get you to do one impression? So
I've done about 4.
Can we say to you? Can you do it?
Yeah, of course.
Can you do a bit of Tony Soprano for us?
You big Sopranos fans?
Ah, huge.
Of course. First little boys, anything. Anything what the fuck it is.
Can you talk about the podcast?
Are you able to son? What does that mean? Does that mean that you're taking a piss? I don't know. Or is that you having me on the podcast? Fucking tell me. Hey, Carmela, get the fucking Cobb. Go to the Cobb.
I'm going to watch this every night. I'm going to clip that. Just
How many times have you watched The Sopranos?
Only once. Hold on. To be fair, 3 times. Yeah. Wait, did you watch it when it came out?
Watched it, yeah. No, I didn't watch it when it came out.
No.
I watched it a few years after, because it came out in 1999.
Yeah.
So I was around 8. That's my age. That's my age. I watched it a few years after. My brother watched it. Then I watched it with my younger brother.
Yeah.
And then I watched it with my wife.
Oh, unreal. So
she loved it.
Did she? Yeah. It's
the best series.
I need to go back and watch it.
It's actually the best form of film or television that I've ever watched.
Oh yeah, every episode's a movie. Like it's insane. I watched that. This was something like I love all like gangster mafia stuff and all, especially the Americans. And people saying to me, "You need to watch it." Do you ever get when someone hypes something up to you so much? I'm like, I will one day. And I just I didn't watch it, and then in 2001 or 2002, it was kind of in and out of lockdown, like, and I was like,
2001.
Oh, 2001. I remember 9/11. It was the day after 9/11, right?
You're great for your age.
No, 2020. 2021.
What kind of moisturising products do you use, darling?
That was a good time.
Do you rub the butter at the corner of the Cobb in the face? Don't you love the way it melts on it?
My 1-year-old daughter loves it. I'm just doing a typical housewife from the south side. Sorry.
I was trying to figure out who that was, dude.
On my head. That is so fucking good, man. The typical from the south side.
I'm an outsider now.
That is brilliant. But yeah, I finally watched it, and once I watched it, I literally
hooked.
How quick did I watch that? I watched
about
that
3 months and you watched all of it.
Shut up, shut up.
It's actually better when you watch it again.
I need to watch it again, because at the start I was like, what the fuck, where's the
It's better when you watch it again.
Man.
It's actually, it gets better. My third viewing of it, like I was like, oh my god, I missed that.
Oh my god, man.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Can we put it on now, Carl?
How long left we got? We watched the pilot.
Do you know what I mean? Like some episodes, there's not really, like some of them aren't even a continuation of anything that's going on.
Yeah.
It could just be random. And it's an absolute masterpiece.
Oh man, it's fucking...
That's what I didn't get.
Some episodes where
that's why I need to watch it back to get that, like, because I didn't get that till...
The same thing you're saying, people kind of goading you to watch The Sopranos. People are saying the same thing with me with Gomorrah. I need to watch that. Apparently Gomorrah is amazing.
I've never even heard of it.
That's about the Neapolitan
ice
mafia.
cream. Do you like that one? You like that one, didn't you? Yeah.
Shouldn't say pizza now, that would have been
Neapolitan ice cream, pink, white, brown. Sorry, he's
Viennetta. But that's about the fucking mafia in Naples. It's amazing.
Really? Yeah, what's this? Is this an American series?
No, it's Italian.
Italian TV, like?
Yeah.
Oh, really? No,
yeah, it's meant to be incredible.
Oh, class. Yeah. How'd you watch that?
I think it's a bit...
What?
It's on the digi-dodgy box.
Oh, we'll say, no, cut that. No, I have. Can you watch that on OooschTV? Oh, do you like that little transition?
Segue.
Yeah, a little transition segue.
Tell us a bit about that.
We actually... No, sorry, go on.
What were you gonna say?
No, go on.
Do you know what? We were funny. We were talking about this earlier on, right? So you're obviously working for OooschTV now. That's fairly new, isn't it?
Yeah. We're only a month into it.
Yeah. So did you? Oh, I knew that, right?
I told you guys. I told you guys what we kind of have planned, but we can't.
Oh yeah,
we can't publicly say.
Yeah. So we forgot already. That's how much we just put that aside. But we.
I'll tell them. Don't worry.
So you
I trust these guys. They're very good. Great guys. Mr. Cobb.
That's gonna be my new Instagram.
Mr. Cobb, what a guy. And Jeff Bridges over there. And then we have Steven Spielberg behind the camera. I don't know what you call him. I'm just gonna guess it's Steven Spielberg from Lucan or something, or Clondalkin.
Cork.
I have so much to talk about.
OooschTV.
Okay. I think that's the end of the podcast.
I'm sorry, I think I'm at the malfunction.
I've watched your podcast and I see the amount of fucking laughing that you, especially you, but it is like you get caught up in it.
Yeah.
You're very it's good. It's good to have that energy. Do you know what I mean in a podcast?
Thanks.
It is good. No, it is.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Oh, I'm
What, are we going to get serious now for the remainder of the fucking show?
So
Tell all your friends.
What? So OooschTV, it's only a month old.
A month old. We did the first exclusive from Riyadh for the Tyson Fury Usyk fight. It was amazing. We got unbelievable content. We interviewed the likes of Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Oscar De La Hoya. We got the likes of Sonny Edwards. Who else? We got huge names. Joseph Parker. It was just great, and we also did a bit of content to go with it.
Yeah,
and it just did really well. So we were happy with it. But we're not just going to do boxing shows. We're going to do different stuff throughout the year, and it's going to be a big surprise. And we're going to do a reveal a couple of days before these particular events. But it's exciting. I'm on board myself and Andrew Heaney, who is, for me, I've never seen such talent in my life when it comes to being, a videographer.
Yeah.
His quick turnover in videos is amazing. Andrew's actually worked on the Bumblebee.
Oh, okay.
So when we did the Bumblebee this year, I'll give you an example. So on the Friday, there's about 5 stops in different towns across the country.
Yeah.
So it's from Barberstown, say, to Mayo. That's where we finished. And in those 5 stops, Andrew got footage on drone footage. He got footage of the drivers, the cars. And when we'd finish up and leave that particular pit stop, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
On the thing, we'd go to the next one. Andrew would have that video edited
and ready to go
on the Bumblebee page with graphics and everything.
Jeez.
That's nuts.
So this guy is quick.
Yeah, that's
I've
unreal.
never seen such speed in my life.
Yeah, we were saying before, I've seen him on TikTok on the jet skis and the horses and stuff like that.
And once he's in that zone, he's locked in.
Yeah.
Is he walking on his own? Is that him solo?
He does a lot of other things. He does a lot of other promotional videos and stuff like that, but he's the best in the business.
Class, man.
He's the best in the business.
That is whopper.
And I can't speak highly enough of him.
Yeah.
He's just fantastic, and we're blessed to have him on board.
Yeah.
Because he is the perfect fit for creating this, content that'll be very different to what I've done over the years. And obviously, I'll be incorporating the impressions in, but I'll also be acting the presenter a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Which I do. I enjoy doing that. Listen, I have experience, as a podcaster. I would say I have very bad luck when it comes to podcasting.
I listened to your one before, just after lockdown.
And with that podcast, the 2 that I did with Go Loud, I 100% loved every minute of it. I loved working with Go Loud. I loved working with Damien Broderick. but it was just we didn't, you know,
The timing.
and
Everything
nothing
happens.
was happening for us really, and it's a shame because there was a lot of people that were very upset that podcast finished up. So listen, there's still room for it, but you know, I know yous are in this game, but I can't speak highly enough of Go Loud as well.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Darren Cleary in there, he's a lovely fella.
We'd love to work with you.
Absolutely. You got a good setup here though, lads. Do you know what I mean? This is class.
Yeah, no, it is.
This
We love
is
it.
class.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, so I mean, when it comes to the presenting and interviewing, I've kind of, you know, I'm grounded enough on that.
And there's
I
a good
enjoy
few
it.
things planned for OooschTV.
Yeah, we do for the next 6 months.
See, oh man, unreal.
That's unbelievable.
So you have the first half of the year just mapped out,
Yeah.
ready to man.
Mapped out,
Class.
ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
Class.
It's just up to us to produce good content, you know,
Yeah.
and
Well-
put a bit of research into it as well, and yeah, just make it fun.
Yeah,
That's what we
class.
want to do. We want to make it fun and lighthearted because that's what Ooosch as well. You know, that's what their brand is all about.
Yeah.
And, you know, having dealt with them so far, you know, all the guys in there, they're a lovely crowd. You know, as you've seen, they were a big help for Chris, running with Chris's campaign where he ran all the counties.
32 counties, yeah, it's class.
32 counties, you know, so they're just good guys to work with.
Yeah, that's what.
You know, and already, you know, we've worked with them the last few months. I've developed a great working relationship with them.
Representation, I was going to say.
Did they approach you for this idea a few months ago? Is that how you started with them?
Yeah, well, I think initially there was kind of an idea of a podcast, and with podcasts,
Is it just you're too busy?
No, I've just had enough of them.
Really?
I've just I've had enough. It's not that I don't enjoy them. It's more so kind of a luck thing.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I know.
And this was the idea I had.
Yeah.
The idea I had was I actually, it was the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. That was the first thing I had lined up.
Right.
We were too late with getting
Getting everything
accreditation
sorted.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you need to get accreditation to these events. You need to fill out forms and stuff like
Right.
that. So we got Riyadh with Usyk and Fury.
Did you have a story you wanted to talk about that? Earlier on, I think you said you had a story, but I can't really.
Oh, I have a story from the first time I went to Saudi.
Yeah,
Fury and Ngannou.
right. Oh, that was
So
a big.
Spencer, I'm going back to
huge.
Spencer Brown here again, Tyson Fury's manager. Spencer gave me a call about a week and a half before the Fury and Ngannou fight. Right, son, got to do a big gig. It's the night before the fight. It's going to be all the biggest boxers, all the biggest fucking celebrities. Lads, this room was, by the way, I bombed.
Yeah.
I fell flat in my arse. But I went on, do you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew, because I'm not really well known in there. I got a good few laughs, don't get me wrong. I was on stage, so I talk about Brian Hooshby from Newcastle, who would have the script in front of him.
Yeah.
This time round, it was Michael Buffer
Who
who had the script, and Michael Buffer was interviewing me. In the room was Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, Israel Adesanya, Sugar Ray Leonard, Manny Pacquiao, Luis Figo, Brazilian Ronaldo,
That's
hell, man.
Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Amir Khan, Prince Nassim. Prince Nassim, by the way, legend. Had
Yeah.
a great chat with him.
That's the guy that basically organised
Nassim
that.
Ahmed. No, Nassim Ahmed. You don't know Prince Nassim?
the boxer.
You know
isn't it?
Prince Nassim, the boxer?
Yeah, you don't remember him. No?
Oh, watch videos of
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like,
oh yeah.
Dancing around the ring.
proper
like.
Oh
show.
no, I actually do. I do. Sorry, yeah. I
Watch
do.
like this. Wait, hold on.
But the
Used to do this and all.
yeah, he used to yeah.
He's epileptic, is he?
the craziest one in the left hand bottom corner of the room, Eminem.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I don't know how he reacted to it. I don't know if he was paying attention, but he was in that room while I was doing that gig.
Jesus.
That's my. Did
But
you
now
know
the
after?
problem was everyone was chatting amongst themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
All these, so it was a tough L gig. But I knew that. I knew going in.
That's what it's going to be.
I'm
like.
experienced enough to know going in. You're probably, you're doing gigs. Sometimes there's certain.
Me as well.
Just, you stand up.
Everything is you. Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff. Jeff Bridges. But anyway, lads, there's certain rooms you can detect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you at peace with that? before you go on.
We're only new enough, but like,
Yeah.
it's
I've developed kind of this thing where I'm at peace.
yeah.
Okay.
Did that take years' experience?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It does. It takes years' experience where, you know, you go into a certain room and you can kind of identify that maybe it, you know, they're not going to pay attention. You're not going to get
But that's it.
But there's certain like I talk about the Tyson Fury tours. These are in theaters. Like I played the Empire Theatre in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which is an unbelievable and that was Liverpool, by the way, the best fucking gig.
Yeah.
I did on that Fury
Oh
tour.
man.
Yeah. Just
Class.
different level. Just the crowd are different level.
We were in hot water and like we said coming home like everyone there is up for it. They understand it. Like
listen, I cannot stand their football club. I don't mind Everton.
Yeah.
But they are fucking class people. They really are. I love. I just love Scousers because they're just. There is kind of a connection between us and Scousers, big time.
Irish,
there is.
Yeah.
There is.
No,
there's a bit of a blood connection, you could say, figuratively, and like they're just great. Get along with them. They're great crack.
Yeah.
And just that gig in particular, I did.
Just
deadly. We were in there in July, and Azzy, obviously a United fan, was never in Liverpool. And obviously it's like, oh, Liverpool, like you just think the football team.
Yeah.
And even he, as soon as he got there, he's like, this is the best.
Yeah.
It's class.
Class.
It's a class city.
It is. It's deadly, and the people are top. Like really
it's class. Like, I have a lot of good friends in Manchester as well, and there's some great like
Gary Neville, Paul Scott.
No, I mean, I have, you know, my uncles have two gentlemen, like three gentlemen in particular. One guy who they've known since I think the early 90s, but they're like uncles to me.
Oh, really?
From
Yeah.
Manchester, and they're season ticket holders.
Oh, shit.
United.
Really?
They've been going since they were 6 or 7. Kids like
that's crazy.
they're proper old school. You know, Manc lads, but they've got Irish roots. You know, and I just there is like. I just think when you go up north in England, there's a bit of a strong bond there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why, man?
Yeah.
Is that north? Is that north?
Yeah, no, Newcastle is. Yeah.
That was
but
an accent.
just the likes of Manchester, Liverpool in particular.
Yeah. I know. I'd agree.
And Newcastle. Yep. You have to agree with him, otherwise you'd be sad.
Newcastle, and Newcastle.
No, well, Liverpool, honestly, I don't even imagine that gig. You and Tyson Fury as well. What a fucking match, man.
Yeah.
What?
That's class.
I mean,
I don't know. I think
that
Tyson
video
might win. What a match.
Bit of a height difference.
We'll have to have a rematch on FIFA. Or EAFC, whatever the fuck they call it these days. What a load of tripe.
With this season's shit, we were only having this conversation yesterday.
It's absolutely dreadful.
I started a career mode with United. I'm doing alright in it.
I did a career mode with Forest at the start. I don't know, I just like to be... Does Forest just have that history?
And that was before
But now I won't
started.
pick them because they're doing fucking good.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. I just usually pick a team that are kind of struggling but have a rich history. Like I like picking West Ham in the game.
Yeah,
because
I'm the same.
when you're playing in that stadium, which is a 60,000 seater stadium, you think, Jesus, that's a stadium where
you can go Champions League, could win.
That's valid enough to have Champions League nights in. That's a Premier League winning stadium. Do you know what I mean?
I've done it a few times trying to be Palace, and I hate the kit. The kit is fucking awful, so I just stop playing it.
So passionate about this kit. Like,
no, it is. You're right. There's certain aesthetics that it is.
But you can't go win the Champions League with Palace and you're playing in
Selhurst.
Selhurst Park, is it?
Yeah.
Can't do that.
But they haven't even got the history of these other clubs.
No,
you know how crazy I am. You're thinking, as well, it's West Ham, it's London, it's an attractive enough area for foreign players.
I get it.
I said to him the other day, who will I sign up front in January for United? And he says Jimenez. I said, it's not realistic.
No,
it's not going to happen.
You said realistic. He's trying to realistic. I'm not getting into it. This will come an hour.
He tried to say no team above United at the minute. So what? 12
I thought we were on the subject of career mode in FIFA. That's what I was talking about.
This is crazy. This is
this is
saying Raul Jimenez.
Yeah. I was looking
backup,
for a striker to sign for United.
No, I want someone to come in and have Hoyland as backup.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired.
But in the game, what's realistic? You're not going to get anyone now in January.
Well, if Rashford goes.
Do you think they would?
If Rashford goes, if Rashford goes, you could get an Osimhen swap deal plus cash.
True.
Plus cash?
I'd say Napoli will want plus cash. He's an informed
sorry.
player.
I thought you were saying...
Yeah, because I know he's at Galatasaray, so it'd be
be
Rashford going to Napoli, linking up with McTominay. By the way, we shouldn't have sold McTominay.
Yeah, no, ridiculous. But
great lad.
Is he, yeah?
Have you met him as well?
Fucking great lad.
I can imagine that. Like,
gentleman.
Yeah.
A fucking gentleman, and wears his heart in his sleeve. Humble. I met him after the Tyson Fury Dillian White fight in 2022, and this was after Arsenal beat us, and I had a great chat with him.
That's deadly.
His love for that club is...
I'm delighted he went. He's smashing it now. Napoli,
I couldn't be happier for him.
Yeah, it's class.
He deserves it. Just the way he... As I said, like, so refreshing, because I talk about footballers again being in that bubble where they don't know how to fucking socialise with people now that they've become these... What could you say? They're like fucking... They're like gods.
Yeah.
It's mental. No, it is though. They're like...
You can't, I could never... I say I know, but I could never wrap my head around it. Like, could never do that.
Whereas McTominay, normal lad, humble. You could tell he comes from a really good background. His parents raised him right. He was so friendly to my wife. Like, my wife loves him now. She fucking, anytime he scored, she was delighted. But even he was telling me, like, oh, you know, listen, you know, keep in contact with me, Alan. I'll do my best. He says, I'll get a signed shirt for your daughter, your 3-year-old daughter.
Class.
I'll try my best. Ronaldo's at the club. I'll ask Ronaldo. I'll do my best.
Jesus.
You know, but just
even to say that is
so kind, so nice. It was just a refreshing speaking to someone like that.
That's deadly.
Yeah,
that's deadly.
Whoa, I thought you were going to say something.
I'm going to sign him in my career, man.
No, I was about to say something there as well. Do you know the way you're saying there how humble he is and all, and he loves the club? Do you know what we're saying there about Liverpool and being like us as well? Scottish have a bit of that in them as well, don't they?
Yeah,
you know,
massively
that's,
so.
Absolutely,
Glaswegians.
Yeah,
even Graham Souness. I know Graham Souness gets a lot of flack because he played for Rangers.
Yeah,
but Graham Souness is married. His wife, I believe, is Irish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
yeah.
So and like he was telling us, he grew up, the household that he grew up in. You know, he learned not to kind of hate Catholics. There was none of that. It was kind of, it's unity. That's what his parents kind of raised him and his siblings. As it was a very interesting conversation I had with him, because you remember Graham said, like, we did get a lot of criticism for bringing him over from Celtic fans, but he worked with in RTE with Dunphy and Giles and Brady. You know. He honestly a really good man, really insightful as well.
Yeah, oh, he knows stuff.
The Liverpool fans absolutely were delighted to have him there.
Yeah,
you know, I had to do my research obviously because it was before my time. But fuck me, what a run he had with Liverpool!
Oh man, legend!
I don't even know much
4 European Cups he won,
and
I think 6 league titles.
It's insane, like
unbelievable. He was one of the best. I think he was like the best.
Yeah.
Holding midfielder in the world.
Yeah, no, people say that
period of time.
And you know, there's another thing about him now. Obviously, younger people now, they know all these people from Sky Sports and being a pundit. But do you know the big thing is, I don't know why he's known for his Pogba, giving out about Pogba.
Yeah,
I remember hearing an interview with
shouldn't be his personality trait. You know,
no,
we did. We do you know what? We brought up Paul Pogba in jest on the night.
Yeah,
because I didn't want. It's kind of what everyone's kind of like.
It's the
Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
I know. Even I fucking do it in sketches. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Conor Moore, you see him doing it. You know, when you're doing Souness, you bring up Paul Pogba.
Well, he said in an interview, he said the reason he goes so hard in on it is because of the talent he has.
He knows.
He said his ability. He's never seen a player with such ability like that. And it's the same. It's so disappointing with Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
And I'm called a Pogba hater on Twitter and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of his attitude. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, he is one of the most technically gifted footballers I have ever seen in my entire life.
He's unbelievable.
I'll go as far to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's application.
Yeah.
Damien Broderick would say it on our podcast every week, The United Way. Application. He never applies himself. He shows up the odd time.
Yeah,
it's all about showing up. It's all about consistency.
The same as you can say the same about the majority of that United team. Like
Messi was born with a gift. Messi is a technically gifted footballer, and he was consistent and he worked hard, and he with that gift he constantly improved. Ronaldo, technically gifted, not as technically gifted as Messi.
No,
nowhere near it. If you ask me, but he fucking worked on it, didn't he? He worked on certain traits of his game that he improved when he was at United and continued on to Madrid and went, you know, tit for tat with Messi every year.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of, they were playing a game of anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
And that's all down to the work rate of Ronaldo and how he fucking worked on himself. His physique, his diet. You know, he's never drank alcohol in his life.
Yeah, that's
like
madness.
That's
Have
crazy.
you met him?
Like.
You know, no, I've never met Ronaldo.
Would he be on your bucket list of people, or do you have
Of course he
something like
would.
that?
Yeah, Ronaldo kind of you know, the thing with Ten Hag.
Yeah,
I didn't like
sour
it.
moment.
It was a sour moment, and I know Ronaldo has a dedicated fan base, a dedicated following who follow him like he is a god.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
I think it was probably don't matter.
People like
Do you?
that,
Yeah.
Is-
Are you Ronaldo over Messi?
I actually heard this the other day, right? I can't remember where it was, but it was.
Just don't get my brother started. My older brother.
Is he Messi?
I'm not going to. I'll tell you his Twitter handle after.
I'm obviously a Ronaldo
Every
fan.
comment underneath is him going at Ronaldo fanboys.
I'm a Ronaldo fanboy, but I'd always say that Messi was more technically gifted. I think
and that's a valid argument. Yeah.
And someone put it: if you put those two back when the players were drinking, who would be able to do it? Ronaldo wouldn't be able to do it. Messi still would be the best player in the world.
That's a brilliant analogy.
I robbed it off someone else, but we'll say it's mine. I can't remember.
Whoever, but it is. That's a fantastic analogy.
Because if they're about on the piss,
Yeah.
Messi would still be tearing up. Ronaldo wouldn't.
Look at George Best.
Yeah, that's what comes to mind.
You
like.
look at George Best and hear stories of George Best. I mean, George Best, there was, I think, one game in particular. It was a Saturday afternoon game, 3:00. He was on the piss the night before. He did an all-nighter. He
Madness.
He scored 6 goals.
Jesus
Crazy,
Christ,
isn't it?
like
Yeah.
that is mental.
And even you look at Paul McGrath.
Yeah.
Bless him, Paul McGrath. He had his issues with.
Yeah.
He had his demons.
Yeah, of course.
But his talents got him. Like he played through as well. When he played, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The best defender in the world at one point in time. Paul McGrath.
Mental.
And
if it wasn't for,
You'd only think that if it wasn't for them
but
demons, how far
his
would
technical ability,
unmatched.
he won. I think it's only him, John Terry, and Virgil van Dijk are the only 3 centre backs that have won the Premier League Player of the Season.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's nuts.
All
The
companies with
PFA
it.
Player of the Season.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's how gifted Paul McGrath was,
Jesus,
and it's
man.
great. Listen, you
on the
see
Bills,
Paul
like,
McGrath now. It's so great to see him in the, in the zone that he's in now. How happy he is because he is a legend.
He was there the night of.
He's the most.
Oh, yeah.
He's the most gifted footballer this country has ever produced.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Yeah, no, I would agree with
100%. I know people say Roy Keane for me probably is the best player this country's ever produced, but Paul McGrath, we're talking about technically gifted.
all day long.
He had everything. You look at Van Dijk and him, the good comparison.
Yeah.
Just technically gifted. Obviously Van Dijk, he's a modern day footballer, so diets are different.
He fancies
yeah,
he always says he's the nicest neck in the world of football.
Nice. He's unbelievable.
But now he is. He's class.
He's a colossus. Like
That's a crazy fact, isn't it, to be the only 3 centre halves to win
yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
fuck it. Who'd you say, Terry? There, did
John
you say?
Terry.
Yeah,
John
yeah,
Terry,
yeah.
04, 05. Van Dijk, 18, 19.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, would
And
Rio Ferdinand
Paul
be
McGrath,
disappointed missing out on that?
92, 92.
Listen. To be honest, I've got Champions League, I've got Premier League titles, I've got everything, I've got FA Cups, I've got the whole lot.
I mean, that was on my list
come
of
on.
what I wanted to do. Fucking brilliant.
Rio's one of my guys as well.
Yeah.
I've done stuff
Oh,
with
a
Rio
legend.
before. Yeah,
man.
Rio's cool, man.
Yeah, he is cool. He is cool. That's the best way to put it. He is cool.
Rio's
Cool. Do you know, I was going to ask you, Carl, is there any impression you wanted to hear?
Mrs. Doubtfire. I feel like I have a good Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh dear, Carl. Well, you're asking me to do Mrs. Doubtfire. I may as well do it. Someone told me that, someone gave me the greatest somebody compared me to Robin Williams.
Yeah?
I couldn't. I was like, no, fuck off.
That's great, man.
Thank you, but fuck off.
He was a Paul Scholes.
I ain't wearing
I
the
can't
dress.
even do an impression of Robin Williams, but someone did, and I just thought, wow.
That's unreal.
But fuck off at the same time because no one, he's God tier level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unbelievable.
He
Yeah.
is God tier level. Him and
Eddie.
and Jim Carrey, Eddie. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're saying. little Jeff Bridges over there.
Fridges.
Man, we've about 35 minutes in this podcast, and when is this motherfucker going to acknowledge me as a comedian? Too, man, what the fuck are you doing that shit for? Going on the couch, getting all the praise over there, you know? All that butter all over his motherfucking face, you know what I mean? You gotta give me your tips on that moisturizer, you know what I mean? You ain't got none of those wrinkles up there. I don't know if it's your age. I don't know if you using the butter on the motherfucker all the time. Man, shit.
Oh my god, man. That is fucking deadly.
Do you know one of my favourites is Dunphy?
Oh no, it's a great one.
I love it.
You know what? One of the things that upsets me very much today, it was announced on Twitter that Eamon Dunphy's podcast, The Stand, is discontinued. He's not doing it anymore, baby.
Is that real?
No, I don't want to do it. I've had enough. I'm going back to RT to sort out the sporting division of there, baby.
Oh man,
I loved it. On the hook they're on is one. It's a shame he's his last year.
Well, of course, when you're trying hook on, you have to talk very much about the arts.
Bigly.
And he's two gentlemen here. You're fine purveyors of the arts, aren't you? In your lovely podcast studio, in the arts of nowhere.
He's attractive again. He's attractive
Maybe
again.
we can put Michael D. Higgins attractive.
Just the voice.
Hugh's more like.
You know, I wanted to ask well before we finish. Who's your personal favourite, Dan?
There's no real. I say Dunphy, but it's one that kind of
so funny, sorry.
the audiences love. You know, the audience is like
De Niro.
yeah, they love Well, that was the first.
Oh, was it?
No, it was. It was the first.
Your face, bro. What the fuck?
I do it.
I can do it too.
I call it the.
I think his face is falling off.
I call it the Holy Trinity. You know, it's like Best, Slaw, and Charlton, but my Holy Trinity is me, Robert De Niro, and then you got Al Pacino with his Shrek phone cover.
Of course, you got Joe Pesci. Like that. What the fuck you laughing at? I tell you, you've had it easy on this podcast. Go on the fucking car. Fucking Oswald fucking Cabell.
You want me to go?
Jeff Bridges, go on, do it.
Do it.
See you later, Mom.
What have been working on? Doing that.
Oh my god.
You know what I feel like? I feel like it gets a lot louder. Ma, you gonna be okay?
That is fucking brilliant.
That is.
You gotta do a second season of that shit, man.
Oh, it was
That
unbelievable, wasn't it?
Unreal, man.
It was really fucking good.
That, see how do you do it? Oh, here we go.
How'd you do it?
No, but that switch was so quick.
I haven't done that on camera yet, though.
Have you not? Oh,
Exclusive?
The car is my practice zone.
Yeah.
The car is my FIFA arena.
yeah.
The car shower.
Yeah,
You know, we all sing in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
I do impressions in the shower.
Yes.
Fucking hell, Al. Fucking hell, the penguin's in our shower, Al. It's okay, ma. It's okay, ma.
What about Jeff Bridges? I haven't done Jeff Bridges. You gotta love The Big Lebowski, lads. You seen that movie? Oh, boys. Have you seen it?
That's I don't know who Jeff Bridges is.
Yeah, well, he talks like that, man. He's the dude, you know. He's very relaxed, you know. They call it the Holy Trinity. Let's talk about the relaxed Trinity. That's me, Jeff Bridges, man, the dude. And you got Woody Harrelson. You know, of course, when you're talking like Woody. That's great. I mean, he loves his marijuana. And then you got Matt, you know, the McConaughey.
Of
course, that's right. When you're talking like that, you just have to accentuate the different parts.
Those are my eyes.
It's all about the whistle. It really is. It's all about the whistle.
That's
it's all about 11 tastes too.
It's
all about.
He looks at you as well, doesn't he? In a way that I got unnerved there a little bit, but
And a bit horny.
No.
The most important part of the interview that I always have to mention with the impressions, such an interesting thing, right? So when you learn the voice, you obviously think, right, you've got the voice. Now you've got to learn, as you mentioned, the mannerisms.
Yeah.
No. When you learn the voice, somehow, and it's not a step-by-step process, the mannerisms come naturally with that voice.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, De Niro is the only exception because for most people who do Robert De Niro, the mannerisms come first, then the voice second. But for any other normal impression, once you learn that voice, it's like you morph into that character.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Do you picture it in your head? Like, just picture what they look like, and then that brings it?
Yeah. There's a picture of it. Yeah,
that's mad.
Yeah, there's kind of facial reactions as well.
When we do comedy, I say this a lot, and I know we're running over now, but I always, focused.
All my fucking podcasts run over every time. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Carl.
I'm always so focused on the
dominoes.
I'm always so focused on the words, then I forget to do the facial expressions, and the more I know the words, then they'll come into it. But that's mad that they kind of come. I suppose it's probably not easier, but you have someone to base it off.
How long are you at it now with the comedy?
A year in April.
Yeah, so a year in April.
Both of you at the same time?
Yeah.
And how are you finding it? How are you coming to grips with it?
It's good. It's hard to get new material. Not get new material, but just try it out. You're always just like falling back to the same set. I know that's part of it.
You've had some great comedians in here. I seen you had Eric.
Yeah.
You had Enya. You had, who else have you had?
Joe Dowling.
You had Joe Dowling. Are you getting Willa in?
If he fucking texts us back.
Hey, Willa. I'm talking to you, this is your pal Al. Come on, these two boys. You gotta go on.
You gotta have
you gotta have it. You're having us on. They're not having you on piss take. They're having you on in general. Willa's fucking great. Carl Spain's another one to get in.
We were talking to Carl.
Carl is.
Want to drop it? We were talking to Carl. Yeah. Hopefully he'll come.
Editor.
Yeah, we'd love to have Carl on.
Carl is one of my fucking best mates.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's
man,
hilarious.
unreal.
I learned so much from Carl. I've never come across a person that makes me laugh so much.
Yeah.
Really?
He is one of the funniest people I know.
Yeah, you can tell that.
Me, Carl, and Danny O'Brien, we did that Dubai McGettigan's gig there. Was it 5 years ago now, just before the pandemic broke out, and it all looked great in the world. And then, we were in Dubai. It was great. I had just done the Olympia Panto as well. I was Prince Charming. I just finished that up, and we went to Dubai, and fucking I had the best crack with him. He's just so funny. He is like, his mind is.
I've not spoken to him.
Anything.
But his stand-up we've seen, and his fucking some of the stuff he comes up with.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
He is a genius. He's one of the funniest people, one of the funniest comedians this country has ever produced. If you ask me.
Definitely.
And do you know what? He'll if he does watch this, he'll ring me. You are very nice. That was a lovely thing you said about me. I loved you doing your aim and done. That's the way we speak to each other. Go away.
We were in a competition down in Louth, and it was
Up and Loud.
Yeah.
Know your fucking geography, son. No, come here, you Up and Loud now. Loud's a big enough county now. Where were you? Were you in Dundalk or in Drogheda? Are we in
Drogheda.
Term, in fact, yeah. Well, that's a big enough fucking town now. Yeah.
Wait, mister, who was that?
It's just fucking Loud.
It was that. It was Al Porter.
Oh, sorry, you were down in Loud because this place is here in Calvin.
He was the headliner. So everybody gets up and does their act, and then the audience vote to go who goes through.
Oh, he's dying to tell everyone he went through. That's what he's telling the story for.
Shut up, no,
he went through, and poor old Jeff Bobsky, whatever his name is, didn't go through.
Jeff Bridges over here,
fucking
Wayne's brother.
Bojangles didn't go through, and he goes through.
That wasn't the story.
Baba Ganoush,
that wasn't. We talk about that. No, but while they count the scores and all, they get a pro up on stage then. Because it's paid in gig or whatever, and at ours Carl was the headliner, man, holy shit!
Yeah, he grabs the room straight away.
Yeah. I want to tell it. I'm not going to tell it. I'll tell you after about one of the jokes. You probably know it, but man, I mean, we were
brilliant.
crying laughing.
Yeah.
But
he's a genius.
He's so good. He's so good. He's another one as well, which is mad. We're only having this conversation with Carl. I was before that. There's a few Irish comedians that are going around that long. And I thought, you're just thinking, how they could be everywhere. He could be England, he could be, it's mad seeing that, isn't it?
It's mad seeing, you look at Tommy, And like Tommy's well known in the US among the US, like him and Bill Burr are like
best mates.
Best mates
on his podcast now.
on his podcast and stuff. But I know. Like, I think Tommy. I think a lot of the comedians in the US know Tommy.
Yeah,
they know how good he is. You know, they know that he's toured everywhere globally. You know, and he has that respect. But yeah, there's a lot of budding Irish comedians.
Yeah,
on the up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like you two boys. You know what I mean? And just
I only know you're doing 20 minutes.
But you know what? Just stick to it. Keep sticking to it, and you know you'll get to that point. You know where you'll be able to scan the room as well. That scanning of the room. Sometimes you know that's vital. That's vital to your confidence as well, because you know, all right, it might not be the best night tonight. You know, just scanning the room and thinking, okay, I won't let it get me down after. Because, listen, it's fucking... When you have a bit of a slump, and I've had many. I've had so many. You know, I really have. Everyone has. Yeah. The greatest have had fucking shit nights. They're more important than the good nights. The good nights, of course, you're going to remember. You're going to say, that's amazing. That's unbelievable. You know, you talk about the overlap thing, going back to that. I came off stage and I was in tears.
Really?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. It was one of the proudest moments of my life. Because...
I thought you were saying you were crying in a bad way. I was about to say that was fucking hilarious.
No, sorry, yeah.
Not that you was crying, it was hilarious.
No.
I was just happy that I got laughs. I got through it.
Yeah.
And on such short notice, I was high on emotion.
Unbelievable.
Nobody saw. I didn't do it in front of Roy Keane. I just went to a corner. I just had a little...
That's great there.
Because it meant so much. I was performing in the Tree Arena in front of 10,000 people. You two guys.
Half them were Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Half them were United fans.
And I got through it. I got my laughs. I was just delighted with it. And it's something I can tell my kids. Tell my two daughters. You know, when I'm older, that I did that. That for me is my proudest achievement.
Man, that's really whopper.
I've been very fortunate to have met some of the biggest names on the planet, done some of the most incredible gigs. But I think the fact that it was such short notice that I managed to pull that off. I'm very proud of myself that I managed to do that.
That's class.
Man, we were there. You were unbelievable.
No, I appreciate that.
Even though he forgot about it up until about 20 minutes ago. But yeah. you were unbelievable. No, it was class.
There's no better story to end on.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it.
Me phone pinged there. Carl requested €150.
Thanks very much for coming on, man. Honest to God.
You're
such a fucking laugh. What a legend. We can go on for hours, like, honestly.
Yeah, it's a pity we're in the studio because I could have done this for 5 hours. Like, that's... honestly, have so much to talk to you about.
There's a lot to come.
Man, your stories
I didn't even talk to you about my origin story. Well, maybe for the second episode.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we do. We'll go back.
Go back. You have to come back in, definitely.
But it all starts. You're impersonating relatives, aunties and uncles, and that's how it started for me.
Oh shit!
School as well. I have a good story from school that I'll tell you another time.
Yeah, tell us next time. We'll start with that next time, right? So what happened? We'll finish that movie. Tell us your story about school.